Secure the bag, yeah, that's the brand, and we get to the bag.
What's going on, family? It's your man Taystware here once again with another STB Market Watch. And today we're going to be talking about how to trade with a busy schedule. For most of you all who are new, you don't probably know this, but I usually trade our public account, which we're going to be talking about today because today is Money Monday, or we're going into Money Monday. We're going to be talking about the public account, and I trade the public account exactly how I would want someone to trade who has a busy schedule, because that's me. I have a busy schedule. The public account is much less risky than trading short-term options. I don't spend a lot of time trading this account. Like literally, maybe a couple hours a week, if that. I don't take a lot of time trading this account. I put my position in and I let the position sit till it hits my target. I take my profits and I look for the next position. So what we're going to do is we're going to dive into that today, and I'm going to show you the profits. What are we looking like so far year to date? I'm going to also show you my performance as far as the overall market. And I'm going to show you the performance over the last 3 years, because everybody, I get so many haters. I get people who talk about, oh, I expect you to be this, I expect you to make this much money, and it's like, well, if I wasn't profitable, you talk shit. Now that I am profitable and I'm showing you profits, or now that I'm showing you exactly like the inside of my shit and showing you the profits, now you say, well, I expect you to make more. Then, it's just so much shit. My response to anybody who wants to come talk shit, you also get other people. Let me say this one. You get some other people who say anybody can get lucky for a couple months or a couple screenshots here and there. And it's like, okay, well, let me show you a 3-year portfolio performance that I've been kicking the market's ass for the last, just in this public account for the last 3 years, right? I'm not even showing you what I do with my big boy money. Right? I just want to show you a little something, because I don't like people to be in my pockets, to be honest with you, right? Because then people start asking for money. Tay, I lost my job. Can you spare a few thousand? It's like, I don't even fucking know you. Okay. So I don't like showing my money and showing exactly what I have, because people just feel entitled to it. So this public account is something that I put up and say, listen, here you can see what I'm doing, just so you can know that I'm real, because there's a lot of stupid, scammers out there who, they say they know what they're doing and they try to teach you, but they really don't do what they say they can teach you how to do. So I'm here to show you that I got what you need. You don't need a lot of time to trade the way I trade. And if you want to take less risk, and instead of trading options, you want to trade shares, I'm going to be showing you exactly what I'm doing in this public account, trading shares only. So with that being said, let's dive into it. I'm going to show you the public account, and then I'm going to show you exactly how I trade, basically with, less than a couple hours a week. All right. So let's dive into it. All right, family. So of course, this is the same portfolio that we started out with about, I don't know, what, $25,000, right? Probably even a little bit less than that, but I just say 25K to make people, right now the account is up to 31.5. So 31,500. We're down 5,300. Now, some of you are gonna say, well, because you're gonna see the profits that I'm about to, I'll click on the profits here in a few, and I'll show you what we've made so far this year. But I've taken profits and pulled it out of this account, and I'm actively spending it. I'm like, shit, I make some profit. Let's take some profit off the table. So this account will show you that we've made $9,000 year to date on a 25K account. And that includes me pulling out some profits and spending it. All right. Because once again, what fun is it for you to come in here and trade and make money, but you can't pull it out? Right. So that's what we're going to be doing. And I'm going to, really dive into it on the charts with you today. So that being said, let's check out our profits and we'll go there. All right, so today is the 23rd, Sunday, July 23rd. And so far, here's what we have, right? Like I said, total gain of 9,200. That is on a $25,000 account. All right, it's on a $25,000 account, trading shares, right? And here are a few of the last, so some of the last plays that we were doing, right? Profits from a few of the last plays, 890 on BITI, because I knew, Bitcoin was going to, do that pullback. Had a really good profit here on Beyond. That was about almost $900. Really dope profit. We just took profits on this DNA play. Really dope profits. Now, what I want to really emphasize and touch on this account, because I'm sure a lot of people are going to ask me, why am I not trading some of the things that I personally call out on some of the market watches, like, for example, Microsoft, for example, Tesla, things like that. And the simple reason is because, first of all, y'all know, if you don't, I'm going to tell you again, I come from the penny stock world. And I know the power of trading penny stocks. If you know what you're doing with those charts, penny stocks give you way more profit or let's say profit potential. Penny stocks give you way more profit potential than trading Nvidia or trading fucking, the S&P 500 with shares. Why do I say that? Well, here's why. If I want to double my money, if I want to double my money, I can go into a stock like DNA, right? DNA, at the time I bought it, it was like $1.40-something. It is much easier for me to get DNA stock from 140 to about $2.80, right? Much easier for me to do $1.40 to $2.80 than it is for me to get the S&P 500 from $400, or let's say the SPY. For me to get the SPY from 400 to 800. It's very hard to double the money there. I'm telling you, I'm gonna help this shit I'm gonna make so much sense out of this shit. It's gonna be sickening, right? And now people are gonna really start to understand why it is I do what I do, why it is I charge what I charge, because people are gonna realize who the fuck they are dealing with. All right, so let's continue. Now, once again, when you see me trading things, like, I'm not gonna lie, every now and then I'll dibble and dabble in some Amazon or, Alibaba, things like that. But a lot of times I'm looking to double my money in a very quick time, right? And if I can't double it, maybe it's, I don't know, 40%, 30%, 25%, right? So for this one, I put maybe 2,000 in. That gave me 40%. It's hard to get 40% on Nvidia in 2-3 months. Like, it's just hard. It's not that easy. So for me, I like to trade things that I can make a much bigger profit on in a smaller or shorter amount of time, right? So when a lot of people ask me, Taylor, where are your like screenshots of, the Nvidia call you gave out, or which I do have those, but I traded options on those, and that's not in this account, right? Or some people may say, you called Microsoft, why didn't you trade it in this account? Because this account only had $25,000 to it, right? And if I'm trading shares, for me to go over and get shares on fucking Nvidia at $400 a pop, $300 a pop on a $25,000 account, there's not many shares that you can buy, right? There's not many shares that you can buy. So for example, if I wanted to get, I don't know, 10 shares at $300, that's three grand, right? Which is a huge portion of the account. You never want to trade too much of your account on any one position, right? So 10 shares on Nvidia, and let's just say, okay, so for 300, Nvidia, let's say Nvidia went from 300 to 450 in about 6 months, right? Well done. That's $150, right? Well, guess what? If I had 10 shares, 10 times $150 is $1,500 profit in 6 months. Guess what? I grabbed DNA shares and made $1,700 in less than 4 weeks. In less than 4 weeks. I didn't need to wait on Nvidia to give me 6 months of a move to make this type of money. So there's a reason why I trade the way I trade. I've been doing this shit too long, but people don't understand what it is that I'm doing. So when you're on the outside looking in, you're not a student, you don't understand how I do things, you tend to, criticize things. And once again, you may not like the way I shoot, but my points still go on the scoreboard. All right. So once again, my shit works. This is what we're doing. And that's why that's really why I started this account. Because honestly, I really wasn't even trading back in January. I didn't start actively trading this. This was kind of like a throwaway account. I'd still done right by the money, but it's a throwaway account, to be honest with you. I wasn't actively trading it this year. And I did trade it, 2022, 2021, 2020. I did trade it back then. But like this year, I just been kind of chill on this account. But I'm starting to ramp it back up since May. And as you see, once again, $25,000 account, we've made 9,200 essentially, right? 9,200 in profit. Once again, that's a little over 30-ish% on shares. And for anybody who's like, I would expect you to be up a little bit more, Tay, keep in mind, these are shares, which means it's not as leveraged as options. What you would get with these same type of moves in the options world is you'd probably get about a 10x on this, right? To be honest, you probably could get a 10x on this. So technically, I could have made about $90,000 on a $25,000 account trading options. That is realistic, right? And if you want to go even more conservative, instead of doing a 10x, we could do a 5x, and still you would be looking at about $45,000 to $50,000 on this account, right? Profit. But once again, that's more leveraged. Number one. Number two, everybody can't play the leverage game because they don't know what they're doing. So what I'm trying to show you is that I can do this with just shares. For people who are newbies, this is where you want to start. Shares still gets you good profits. They say Warren Buffett does what? 20% a year. We're up 32-ish% in half of a year, right? So if we keep the same performance up, I'll be at roughly 60% this year, right? Hello, beating the market. Now, for those of you who say, well, what have you done? Anybody can get lucky. What have you done over time? Let's go and see. Over the last 3 years, my account is up 53% versus the Dow Jones up 32% versus the S&P 500 up 40%. And this whole time, this account has been a shares only account. Now, of course, I've moved money in and out, so these percentages are relative to the money that's in it. But once again, as I make profit, I pull it out, make profit, pull it out, make profit, pull it out, make profit, pull it out. This is what I do. So once again, for those of you who are saying, well, Tay, what's your performance been over the last 3 years? Once again, I am smacking, I'm smacking the overall market, right? And I've been doing it, right? This is when I had my stroke. So I did take some time out here. But for the most part, I am usually always beating the market. Always beating the market, right? And I'm just getting started with this motherfucker. I'm getting ready to take this thing to 80, 90, 100%. I'm getting ready to like really turn this shit up. So, yeah, I'm about to smoke the market, okay? That's the goal. I'm about to smoke the market, and you all are going to see it firsthand, baby, firsthand, okay? So once again, this is what we do. This is how I'm honestly able to take advantage of certain things. And keep in mind, if I could do this with shares, once again, if you know what you're doing, looking at the charts, you could do this with options as well, right? So I'm trying to teach y'all, come on in. This is what I do. Let me teach you how to do this with shares. And then once you learn the charts enough, then you can start adding in options, okay? So once again, a 3-year performance, and we're pretty much smoking the fucking overall markets, all right? So this is just me showing you what's up, what's going on. This is how we do things. I'm perpetually, killing the market on a shares account, not to mention what I could do with options account. Okay. But once again, that's neither here nor there. We'll just keep watching this trajectory go up and up. Because once again, this is when I started actively trading it right in like that May area. So now we're just going to watch it go up and up and up and up in here because now I'm paying attention to it. I'm actively trading it. Okay. So that being said, let's dive into some charts and let me show you how it works without, having to give a lot of your time up. Let me show you how this thing works. So this is, of course, active chart, clean chart. I like to make it super clean for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to just get rid of that volume because we don't really need that. And what I'm going to do is take this. Baby boy downstairs is going insane. I'm not sure if y'all can hear him, but we're on the road right now. And like I said, I don't have my office, so I can't like get away, so you can't really hear him. My boy is going crazy. Anyway, so let's go ahead and dive into what it would look like. And honestly, you can even go to like a daily chart, right? You go to a daily chart and we can explain what it would look like if you wanted to trade Nvidia. If you want, and once again, it's tough to make these type of moves, like the big moves on Nvidia's. So what I like to do, what I want to do is maybe show you some stuff like, let's review the yeah, let's do DNA and then we'll go into the S&P 500 because I still like to trade the S&P 500 as well, right? And this DNA play, it just gave us some amazing moves. Look at that. We were in DNA back like here, so maybe like $1.30, $1.20, and we had to take a little beating. It went down to $1.11, and then look, boom, $2, 253 was our high. I took profits right about here. Um, what made me take profits? Well, of course, didn't mean to do that. What made me take profits was this little area in here. This would be considered a seller's, or some people may even call it a supply zone, right? So as you see, we got up in this supply zone, and what happened? Started to leak out. So that's why I said I got out. I was a little greedy. I should have probably got out here, but I saw some room up. So I was like, you know what? I'll keep it. So I got out maybe right in here, and that gave us a $1,700 profit, as you saw in the account. So once again, I like things like this type of stock because once again, look where we got in. We got in, very low, and it didn't take much time. This was April, and I don't even think we got. That's actually, like I said, we didn't even get in April. This I probably got into DNA maybe like in May, right? So we probably got in DNA somewhere around here, and then yeah, it took us and gave us a nice profit, beautiful profit. This is also giving us a reverse pattern. This is a reversal pattern. So I like where this thing is going. I absolutely like. I mean, this is solid. I like where it's going. What I need to see us do though is get above this area and hold it as support. And then yeah, this thing can potentially run. And once again, if it runs, I would expect it to try to come and test these highs. So even if you didn't catch it down here, $1.50, $1.20, if you didn't catch it, guess what? If you get it right here at $2, $2.30, $2.28, something like that, and it goes to try to test these highs, $4.90. Guess what? That's doubling your money again. So if I got 5,000 right here, and or excuse me, 5,000 right here, and then it does this thing and it takes me up here to test these highs, guess what? As it does this, and then boom, come to test this high, guess what? I just double my money. If I put 5K in, that makes me what? Another 5K, because that's a double coming from here, 231 to 490. That's more than double. Once again, it's hard to double a fucking Nvidia. Getting Nvidia from $400 to $800 is tough. That's gonna be tough. That's gonna take years, maybe even a decade, right? But getting a fucking $2 stock to $4 is easy. It's a lot easier, and it can happen in a couple weeks, maybe even a couple months. So once again, I trade certain things like this because I know where it can take me. But once again, you can't trade penny stocks if you don't know your technicals. This is the world that I personally come from, so I can trade this. So your fucking gurus who are talking about hold for 10 years plus, they don't know how to do this type of stuff. So when I get to talking my shit and they see, because some of them will see my portfolio and it's like, oh, he's buying $1 stock. It's like, yeah, motherfucker, because I know how to trade. I trade penny stocks. This is what I come from this world, right? And as you see, I'm making a killing doing it. Thank you. All right. So that being said, this is what's possible on that. And once again, I'm just having fun with it. I go in, we went in somewhere around here, and then I wait a couple months, and then July, boom. So once again, this didn't take a lot of my time. It took me maybe an hour or two to just come in and find out where it could go, and then boom, there we go. So this is how we do and how we play when you want to save time. So let's go into the S&P 500, or let's do the SPY. Let's see. So we're going to the SPY, or something that most of you all would like. But yeah, like so for example, if you were back here, why would you have bought something like this, for example? This is just giving you an example, right? Well, this has been a buyer zone in this area for a minute. I mean, we can literally go back here, right? So from here to roughly here, this has been a buy zone. Look at that support. If we go over support, 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 got down, still was holding this area as a buy zone. Support, support, got underneath just for a little time, and then boom, got back above. When you got back above and it came to test it, that could have been a great area to buy. You could have bought here, here, or here. Totally up to you. If you're like me, you could have got in here, got out at a supply zone. Where's a supply zone? I like this one right here, right? You see here, and it actually, we could stretch it out because it was doing it back here too. But once you got underneath these, they became sellers. Hello. So once again, you could have bought this area, sold it when you got in here, and look at that. You could have went short, could have got you some inverse shares, maybe SQQQ. Y'all know how I do. Let me show you something real quick. I do. You could have got you some SQQQ. Look, we're already working our way down on that. Okay, we're working our way up because we're currently down on. We're down $300, but guess what? That ain't gonna hold for long. Trust me. So we're gonna make some good money on this SQQ, which is an inverse. So when the stock market goes down, this goes up. So I'm definitely gonna be looking forward to that. All right, definitely be looking forward to that. I got 300 shares right now. I got in at 19 bucks. It's currently sitting at 18, but I got a price target of about 22, 23. So when it hits $23, it's gonna be a $3 move. Excuse me, a $4 move. That'll make us 1,200 bucks. Boom, and I'm out. And that should happen in less than 2 months. So that's how we work it. So hey, y'all can just watch it. We'll see how this thing manifests. So let's go back to the charts. So once again, yeah, you could have played this thing from demand zone to supply zone, right? You could have just took it. Buy, sell, sell, buy, buy, sell, sell, buy, buy, sell, sell, buy, sell, right? Now, if you would have sold it again, once you got above it, that would have been your stop loss. So getting above it and holding this, that should have been a stop. Like, you know what? I'm getting out of there because then it took off. But once again, once I know there's gonna be some fucking idiot who comes on here and says something like, it's easy to back test. And I'm like, listen, supply and demand zones, they work regardless. All right. Why do I know that? Because and what can I do to give you another one? Guess what? We're already running up on another one, right? We're running up on another one. There we go. I'm expecting a sell off. It may get as high as 463. I'll start averaging in from here, which is why I already got my SQQ, my SQQQs. So I've already started averaging in. Guess what? If it hit here, cool. I'm waiting to take you down. Where would I take you to? More than likely, I mean, I got something here, but more than likely, I should be able to get us somewhere down to like in here, right? So that's what I'm going to be looking for. A move down to about 420, maybe even 425 be a good area. And then I think we'll bounce, right? So more than likely what'll happen is we may even go up some more because I do got some room to run some more. I'd like to see something like this down. Then we'll start making our way back up. We'll get above this whole support and we'll move out of there, right? So this is what I do, right? And once again, it does not take a lot of your time. All right. Once you got underneath this area, they turned into sellers. So if you just got in here, you got underneath here, you grab that resistance to come on down. That took you from May to the end of May. So that was the beginning of May, May 4th to May 20th. Boom. Great profits. Didn't take a lot of your time. You could have bought that and just held until you got back to your supply zone, right? You got back to your supply zone, you sold for profit. And look, that was May 20th to what? June 2nd. That's 2-3 weeks. Once again, not taking a lot of your time. You buy it, you shut the hell up, you go back to work, you spend time with your family, and you chill, right? And once it gets back up in here, guess what? You sell it. You get you some SQQQ or something like that. And guess what? Boom, runs down. That didn't take much time. June 8th through June 15th. Another week or two. Didn't take much of your time. You buy it, boom. From June 17th to somewhere in here, August. Once again, that might have took you a little bit longer. So maybe 2 months at the most, right? You get in, you sell it here in August, and you wait for it to come back down. Boom, September. It's not that hard. You need to just know a few things, right? I trade cycles, and I can do yearly cycles, quarterly cycles, monthly cycles, decade type of cycles. I have a bunch of cycles, and this is what I actually teach. I don't teach this online because I don't want my sauce, my secret sauce, getting out there across the masses, right? But my people who come work with me, yeah, this is usually what I'm teaching. I'm teaching this stuff. So if you know you're in the middle of a cycle, you know this is a good time to buy because we're in a certain type of cycle, whether it's a monthly cycle, a weekly cycle, a daily cycle, whatever. It's like, hey, this cycle tells me we're going bullish and we're in a buyer zone. So let's buy it on up. Hey, this cycle's telling me we need to go bearish and it's in a seller zone. Let me get some fucking, inverse shares. Boom. This is how the market works. Okay. So once again, you could have done this over the last year and made a killing. If you get better and better, you know how to chart, you know how to track these fucking cycles. Guess what? You can then start trading shares and then going into options, right? So you go from shares to options. But once again, everything that I teach y'all should be paper traded before you do anything, right? I don't want to hear it. I demand you to paper trade before you put any real money behind this, especially when you do it for free. Because what'll happen is people will come in and say, hey, I didn't pay you. I don't know as much as you actually have, but I'm taking some of your sauce on Instagram, but I lost money. And it's like, look, that ain't my fault. Like my shit works. You didn't get the full course. You didn't get the full course meal, right? So you can't come here and say the shit don't work when you're just looking at the free shit, right? You didn't get the full course. Because of course I'm not gonna put all of my shit on here. I'm just be honest with you. I'm gonna give you enough to help you and show you what works, but I'm not giving all of my shit because that messes up my sauce, right? I've done it before and certain things stop working. So I'm not doing it. Okay. So once again, this shit works. You don't need a lot of time. And if you really take the time to learn this stuff, once again, you can trade options and shares and make a killing without spending hours and hours and hours and hours a day behind a damn computer. Right. So hope this helps, man. I do what I can to help y'all. We're getting ready to start a new week. So y'all have a great week. I'll probably see y'all maybe on Wednesday or Friday. But other than that, I'm gonna be living my life, enjoying the family, traveling. We're on the road right now. So it's gonna be a lot of great stuff we got going on, and I'm building some other stuff. So yeah, super excited about this week. Y'all enjoy your week. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, do all of that good stuff, and don't forget to share my shit. All right, love y'all. See you on the next one.
Secure the bag, yeah, that's the brand, and we get to the bag.